Welcome back, everyone, to another market review. Today is Wednesday, October 23rd. And going in today, we had two medium impact news, which was the crude oil inventories, as well as the existing home sales. And there's also an ongoing BRICS meeting as well. But in particular to today's session, I was looking mainly to be bullish as we were really below that midnight opening price, as well as the 10 a.m. opening price. And I'm going to show you guys that in a second. But first, let's break down the daily chart for E-mini NASDAQ. So something that I've been noticing is how this could possibly be forming a possible market maker sell model. And the reason why I'm saying this is because notice how on the way up, we're sort of beginning to consolidate every time. So we have a smaller consolidation down here, and then we have another consolidation up here. So on a macro level, the conditions currently are going to be a little bit interesting going in for the next month as well. But I'm seeing price sort of begin to consolidate every time, and that could be indicative of a possible market maker sell model because we're consolidating on the way up, sort of this rising three pattern as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens on this larger macro scale. But in particular to today's session, it wasn't the cleanest as well. I had the current new day opening gap as well as this new day opening gap, and I'm going to show you guys how these levels were reacted in price. And we also had this, remember this bearish order block we talked about on Monday's analysis. We see that it's still holding fruit even to this day. But again, we're still stuck into this consolidation that we can see here. So it's going to be interesting to see how price fully develops going in for the November month. So here we are on the 5-minute chart. And as I said before, I was looking to mainly go bullish during that ICT silver bullet model. Because number one, we took away that sell side liquidity, which is the previous day low, as we can see here. We're interacting with an old new day opening gap, and we're also below that 10 a.m. opening price and that midnight opening price. My main draws were these equal highs up here, this other one here, and then that final terminus being all the way up here. And you can also see, like I always talk about in my model, is that especially you want to see price take liquidity on the contrary direction that you're intending. So in this case, since I was looking to go long, look at how price keeps taking liquidity in the sell side form. And we're continuing to sell even after this ICT silver bullet session. So for example, this might be a day where you might want to look at the afternoon session or even the Asia session, because price wants to keep building in a deeper discount over and over and over. So here we're on the 1-minute chart, and we're going to break this down in a little bit of more detail of what I was looking at. Like I said, this was a very, very easy draw for me. Like I said, equal highs. There's going to be buy stops above here. Price opens at 10, leaving a low resistance liquidity environment, trading deeper into that discount. Look at the bodies, respect that sell side liquidity. But where things shifted for me was how we see how we traded up and down, sort of consolidating in here. And you could say, okay, you know, there are equal highs here, but then we also left equal lows. And I don't like how we traded back to this fair value gap. I would have ideally liked us to only tap into it once and then maybe display sub fair value gap. But we traded back into it twice. So I didn't like that. And it's a little bit of this chop. We finally break above. We have this breakaway gap. I always talk about how if you're looking for bullish order flow, you want to see those breakaway gaps. We didn't have a break or anything here, so that was also a little bit of an issue for me. And this, like I said, this small fair value gap, I'm not going to be too keen on trusting it because you have this sell side liquidity right next to it as well. We trade up, and we trade up one more time, getting above that 10 a.m. opening price. We also trade into this wick. I'm treating it as a mitigation block. Look how we respect the consequent encroachment of that as well. We finally trade up once more, and then we violate this one. I was looking to see this wick possibly still support, and then we finally take out the buy stops here, but it looks like price is going to leave that. And again, to me, all this downward movement that we keep getting and price leaving on this set of triple equal highs in this case is that we just wants to engineer even more liquidity. So like I said, this afternoon session for that ICT silver bullet for the 2 p.m. session, it might actually be a really good buy setup. If not, we might get it during Asia or even tomorrow. But again, this to me, price is leaving this and retail right now is selling all this. So it could be very interesting to see what we're going to get for that afternoon session going in for the day. And here on dollar index on the daily chart, and I wasn't looking for much, like I said, simply obviously the vice versa. If I'm looking to be bullish, for example, on NASDAQ, I'm looking to be bearish on dollar index. Dollar index was also really above the minute opening price. I'm going to show you guys that in a second, indicating that we're trading into a really, really deep premium. So that was something that I was watching for. But in terms of the day currently, I just had this old new day opening gap, and you can see how price rejects from it. That's really important, that we want to see price respect these kind of levels, especially if we're looking to be bearish. And dropping down to the 5-minute, as we can see, like I said earlier, price is really deep into this premium. And we can see it sort of gyrates up and down during that ICT silver bullet model. I wanted us to go, lower with a lot more force than what it did. We have these equal lows right here, as you can see here. Really easy draw for price, and we're probably going to see that soon. But again, notice how both NASDAQ and dollar are going down. Not very ideal. We also have equal highs here as well. So currently it really looks to me as more of a consolidation kind of day compared to an expansionary day. But it makes sense since all this movement during London and Asia and even pre-market was really drastic. So this was to be expected somewhat as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this market review. Please be sure to comment down below, like and subscribe. Also join the free Discord. It's going to be in the description below. And I'll catch you guys in the next market review. Peace.